In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a command button which will allow you to create a copy of multiple records. So in my previous video, what I have done is like I have created a command button. Basically, if you select one of the item, then this command button will be visible. And the moment you click on copy mineral button, then it will create a copy of that particular item. Now, what if I select multiple items? Now, if you select multiple items, that button is not visible. So why don't we make that thing happen? So what I want, the goal of this exercise is if I select, say, multiple of 4 or 5 items, and if I click on that button, then the duplicate should be created. Okay, so that's the goal. So let's go into that model driven app. So this is a model driven app. So here I have this button copy mineral, but now the goal is to basically use multiple copy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new button. So I'll create a new button, and here I'm going to name this button as multiple duplicates. Okay, so if this is the name of the button, so I'll give some use some icon. I'll say copy icon. Now let me copy this, and this is the button. Now I want to show this button when you select more than one item. So for that, in visibility, I'll say show on condition from formula, and I'll just say count rows self dot selected dot all items greater than one. So if the item is greater than one, then only show this button. Okay, so that's from a visibility perspective. Now from a action perspective, if you click on it, then what should happen? So first we need to write a patch command. Okay, so on select we need to write a simple patch command. So I'll just say patch, and I'll say minerals. Okay, so patch minerals, and I'll put the defaults of minerals, and I'll say okay, if I want that one of the item, so the name of the minerals, so the name of the minerals is here, this one. What I want is this particular item needs to be the value of that column, and I'll append duplicate to it. Okay, so I'll say usually we just write self dot selected dot item. So we write this command self dot selected dot item dot minerals. Okay, and I'll just say ampersand, and they say duplicate multiple. Okay, so this is what we did for our previous exercise, whereby we did that for just one item. Okay, so we'll just close this brace, and then we close the patch command. Now this is okay for one of the item, but now in this case we have more items, right? So how do we get hold of that? So first thing what you need to do is, like, once your command is ready, just keep it ready over here. What we're going to do, gonna make use of for all. Okay, so for all, and then we'll say okay, for all, let me say self dot selected dot all items as, I'll just say call it as table minerals. Okay, so this is just a reference, so this is kind of an alias for it. Okay, comma, so for all self dot selected dot all item as table mineral. Now as a should be capital, as table minerals, and then I will write that patch command. Now this patch command I've already written, so all good, patch minerals. But in this case, now self.selected.item, we have already iterating through self.selected.item as table mineral, so we don't need this. Okay, so instead of that, if you want to reference a column, what we can do, we can just type in table minerals dot, and now I'm able to get that reference. Okay, so I'll just use minerals, and then that's it. So this is how you get that for all listed, right? And now we just need to close the for all. So for all is closed, and that's it. Now, depending on your requirement, you can add an if error condition just to capture the error if you encounter while doing that patch statement. Now, for the simple example, I'm not going to put that. So just to show you the syntax again, for all self.selected all item as minerals, patch of this, and then once it is patched, all good. So save and publish. Let's see what happens if you get this multiple duplicates. So I'll just click on save and publish. So once it is published, I'll click on play. So I'll just close this. And now as you see over here, this is giving me a message. We are still publishing parts of your app. So your app may not be fully published. So we may need to do continuous refresh. But now as that message has gone over here, so I think it is refreshed completely. So I'll just refresh the screen. And now if I select one item, then the copy mineral button is visible, right? So this is what we did for the previous exercise. So one of the item, if you select, then that button is visible. But in our case, we have created a button called as multiple duplicates. So if I select one or more items, so if I select one or more item, then that button is visible. So that is doing good. And then what I'm gonna do is like I'll select, say, calcium, diamond, gold, and iron, and plutonium, and I'll click on multiple duplicates. So if the command runs successfully, then I can see that it has created a duplicate for all the item which you have selected. So this is how you basically create a duplicate of a row item using this command. So we have, so just to show you what we did, we have made use of for all command, and within that we have taken the context of the item as table minerals, and then once we get that context, we iterated through that item of selection and then appended some value to it. Now I've just selected one of the column value, but you can select multiple column depending on your requirement. So that's it, folks. This is how you basically use command bar to create a multiple copy of the records. Thanks for watching.